This week, we're going to take a minute to preview the USDA monthly supply demand report that will come out Friday, August 12th at 11 a.m. Central Time. We're also going to take a look at the historical relationship between crop condition ratings for beans and final yield. And we're going to wrap things up looking at short-term weather trends. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into the middle of August and this soybean market remains historically volatile. On Friday this week, the USDA will release their monthly supply demand report. This is an important report because it's the first survey-based estimate of 2022 soybean yields. Let's take a look at the trade estimates for that report. A lot of numbers to review here. Crop production, yield, ending stocks, South America. We're going to boil it down for you and highlight what we think is the most important number in this report. And that's the ending stocks calculation for 22-23. Remember, the ending stocks for next year's balance sheet will incorporate the size of the crop, yield, size of South American crops, as well as demand trends. Last month, the ending stocks estimate for 22-23 was 230 million bushels. Notice that trade range though, 151 to 285, a wide range. Here's the key message. We strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your risk management plan in place prior to the release of the report. Remember from those slides we looked at last week, markets can move extremely quickly and a lot of volatility the day of the report. Let's move on now and look at soybean crop condition ratings. Now we saw some deterioration nationwide here in our weekly map, down from 60% last week to 59% this week. Most of that deterioration was west of the Mississippi River. We actually saw a bit of improvement in states, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, but that was overwhelmed by that deterioration in the west. We're going to spend a moment now this week looking at the relationship between crop condition index and final yield. Notice here in 2022, we're looking at a very low number relative to some of these recent years. But what we want to do now is look at how that final yield turned out. In 2018, that purple line, the final yield was 50.6 bushels. Final index was about 3.70. Now let's look at 2019. A crop that struggled a bit from the beginning to the end, had that index closer to 3.45, and the yield was much lower, down at 47.4. Last year in that red line, the index did improve compared to 2019, but it was below 2018, but the yield was 51.4. Here's the key message as we move forward. 2022, the yield is unpredictable. We simply don't know what's going to happen. But we do have impact of technology, improved farming practices, perhaps could offset potentially a lower crop condition index. Let's now look at crop development. Soybean setting pods at 61%, a bit below average for this time of year. Typically over the next 2 weeks, increases about 20% to push us near 80% by that 21st of August. Of course, August weather is critical in the development of soybeans. Let's take a look at the short-term weather trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out looking at the trends and temperatures here. The southerly winds from the southeast have generated heat in the west, but northerly winds have actually caused some milder conditions across the heart of the Corn Belt and further east. So it's kind of a battle back and forth. And as we move forward, that's reflected in the short-term forecast for temperatures. Warmer in the west here, but as we move further east, cooler as we move into that eastern Corn Belt. What about rainfall? Critical for beans. From August 11th to the 16th, notice that green area has best chance for rainfall over that time period. An area that we highlight here is that red box would be extremely beneficial because there's some severe dryness surfacing that area. How about overall over the next 2 weeks, the areas to the west here will be very dry. As you move further east here across the Mississippi and the eastern Corn Belt, normal to actually a bit wet in some of those areas. Let's wrap things up this week looking briefly at trends in November soybean futures. Now November beans here as we tape on Tuesday have rebounded once again to trading near $14.35 a bushel. Now that's below where it was in mid-June when it was approaching $15.75, $15.80 a bushel. However, it's still $4.50 above the 5-year average. So once again, we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to defend your balance sheet. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. And remember, you can catch us on Friday on YouTube at 11:20 a.m. Central Time for a live recap of the August 12th report. Have a good week.